Going to put the really cold butter. Okay, and now we're gonna be mixing it really gently and fold it like a letter. And then I'm gonna switch it like this. Okay, now I feel that the dough is ready, so I'm going to do the last rolling. So I'm just going to press it a little bit. And while it's still hot, we have to brush it with the glaze that we just made, the honey glaze. Welcome back to the 5th edition of our Ramadan Bites and Delights. And this is Chef Noel Katis, and today we're gonna show you something really delicious, honey butter biscuits. If you have grown up with enjoying chicken with biscuits, this is the thing. The first thing that we need is, of course, making sure that you have chosen your trusty Genan all-purpose flour, because that makes a huge difference. And the quality depends highly on the flour. So let's put all the dry ingredients in. Then you have your sugar, baking soda, then you have some salt, loads of baking powder. And the reason why we're adding a lot of baking powder, because we need these biscuits to be very light and fluffy, and that's the only thing that will make it really light. And lastly, we have also the Genan wholemeal flour. I'm going to mix it with a spatula, making sure everything is well distributed. So what we're gonna do is we're going to put the really cold butter. Okay, and now we're gonna be mixing it really gently. So while this is mixing, we also have our cream and the Laban together. So I'm gonna mix them together, quickly show how it looks. So it really looks like a mealy mixture, like your semolina. And now we will put the chilled liquid ingredients. So now you can see it's already forming into a dough. That's when you know you have to stop. So the next step is putting it on the surface, and then we will fold it a few times until we create that flaky crust. So I'm gonna add a bit more flour onto the surface, and I'm just going to put it together. It's gonna stick in your hand a bit, don't worry. That's why we have our flour. So now it stopped sticking. So at this point, we need to use a rolling pin so that we can roll it out, and then we can fold it. And fold it like a letter. And then I'm gonna switch it like this. And then again, I'm gonna run the rolling pin over it. Again, just keep an eye on the dough that's not sticking to your rolling pin, and also at the back side. So that's already the first fold. I'm gonna do up to 5 folds, but today we're just gonna show you 3 folds. Again, the folding depends on how your dough is looking, because you have to respond to your dough, and you should not force it to behave the way you want it, because the moisture of your kitchen affects the behavior of your dough. So you just need to sprinkle a little bit. And then again, I'm going to roll, and then one more, and then okay, now I feel that the dough is ready, so I'm going to do the last rolling. So I'm just going to press it a little bit, and you roll it to a thickness of about 1 inch. So that's rough, about 1 inch. So that determines the thickness of your biscuit, of course. So now we are cutting up our dough. It's ready, and we just need to divide them into pieces. So the next step is I'm going to lift them up here into the tray. What I'm gonna do now is to brush the surface with milk, and so that when you put the sesame seeds on top, it sticks to your biscuits. So while your biscuits are baking, we need to just quickly mix all the ingredients for your sauce or butter in. Some honey, because it's a honey glaze. As anything sweet, if you put salt, it just highlights the flavor more. And light brown sugar to give a depth of flavor. So what we're doing here basically is just to combine them, heat them up, and mix until everything is combined. So as you can see, the mixture is the sugar is completely melted. And so we can spread it on the biscuits as they bake. So here we are, our freshly baked biscuits, so fluffy as you can see. And while it's still hot, we have to brush it with the glaze that we just made, the honey glaze. Now we have reached the end of the preparation for our biscuits with the gravy. This is the gravy part, and we will be melting the butter inside. And while we do that, we get ready with our flour. So basically we are cooking the flour with the butter. Okay, that's what I want. And very slowly, you add the stock. So you do it in stages. As you can see, it's clumping together. So you have to do it in stages. So it's almost there. So you can see it's now coating the spoon, and the more translucent it is, the more thick your gravy already is. So now I'm gonna pour the cream. Look at that. That's what you're gonna be having later. And finally, we've reached the end, and it's time to enjoy it. But before that, we'll just put them around so it looks really nice. So this is our very flaky biscuits and our very delicious gravy. Cheers. Just the way I want it.